Could Melissa be the one who killed Detective Wilden? Why was all that stuff in Wilden's security drop box? Who is this blonde girl that Dr. Palmer is telling Toby to tell his mother to stay away from? What's up, guys? I'm CandidCrandell, and this week we are talking about Pretty Little Liars Season 4, Episode 4. Emily's dad is back in Rosewood for the family services investigation. I can't even believe that someone is actually investigating them in such a small town as Rosewood, but I guess with all of Emily's recent injuries and the fact that she's not willing to come clean about what happened, it makes sense. Caleb decides to tell Hannah what her father told him about Ashley coming to his house and stealing a gun. There are special detectives that are looking into Wilden's murder, and so they're all looking into the girls and wondering why so many corpses turn up around these girls. Fair question. The detectives come to the bank and ask Ashley Marin to get them Wilden's security deposit box. There is a ton of cash inside, 2 passports, and a gun. Who needs 2 passports? Well, sketchy. Emily is told that she has a partial tear in her rotator cuff. I personally think that after the end of last episode where we saw A with her x-rays, that is completely not true, and that A doctored the x-rays somehow. Everyone in Rosewood sucks at their jobs, I think, is the point of this whole thing. No one realizes that there's just like this kid sneaking around getting into medical records. Really? How did someone get a hold of those x-rays, and how did they fix them so that a doctor would be like, oh, this looks like a rotator cuff tear? Toby goes to look for a doctor named Lewis Palmer, who was the last person to speak to his mother before she committed suicide. Aria and Jake are walking down the street, and Malcolm comes running out of a bookstore. Most awkward thing ever. Aria, how come you don't come over anymore? It's complicated, little boy. Aria decides to come clean with Jake about everything that happened with Ezra. Jake says that Aria and Ezra aren't finished yet. I completely agree with him. Toby finds Dr. Palmer and talks to him about whether or not he thinks his mom actually committed suicide. Dr. Palmer seems a little out of it, but he keeps talking about how for some people the air is too heavy, and he thinks that for Toby's mother that the air was just too heavy, that eventually that was why she fell. Dr. Palmer says that he should come back and visit him again and bring his mother next time, which shows that he is not all there. He tells Toby to tell his mother to stay away from that blonde girl because the air around that one, there's just something not right about it. Who is this blonde girl? Is it Allie? Is it A? Redcoat? Spencer and Aria move a suitcase of Melissa's down into the living room, and it has the mask of her face in it. They videotape her reacting to finding the suitcase downstairs and opening it up. They follow her to Hector Lime's studio because obviously she knows where it came from. Spencer finds Melissa on a dock near a lake, breaking all of the castings of her face and throwing them into the lake, trying to dispose of them. Aria, back at Hector Lime's studio, finds a whole row of castings of Allie's face, even though he said that he got rid of all of those because Allie requested that he did. We get another awesome Allison flashback cutscene in this episode where she is running into Hector Lime's studio asking for the money from the masks that her face was used for. Hector tells her that he doesn't have all the money, but she says she doesn't care, she just needs whatever he has. She seems really angry and really frantic. He gives her what he has, and she runs out the door and gets into a black car. Who's driving this black car? We don't know, but it's probably significant. And why does she need money? Hector tells Aria that Melissa came to him and traded her face for information about Allie as well. Melissa tells Spencer that she thinks that Allie is still alive. I completely agree with you, Melissa. I think that she definitely is alive. Spencer questions Melissa about whether or not she was on the Halloween train, and she admits that she was, but she also says that she wasn't working with Wilden and that none of them had been working with him. They were all working for him. Everyone was afraid of him. However, she said Wilden was still getting his orders from someone else. Melissa informs Spencer that she has been protecting her since before it started. I don't know exactly what that means, but something big is happening here, and Melissa is definitely a part of it. She may not be A, but she is certainly involved. She reveals that Wilden is the one who started the fire at the lodge the night the girls were there. However, she's not sure who pulled them out. Melissa says to Spencer that she has to leave it alone or it will come apart in ways that she cannot even begin to imagine. Did Melissa kill Wilden? The girls get a text message from A saying that Melissa is guilty of plenty, but she's not A material. Kisses. Hannah reveals to Arya and Spencer that she thinks that her mom killed Wilden and that A knows. The episode ends with A putting back together one of the broken castings of Melissa's face. There's also a picture in the background of the porcelain dolls of the girls that we've seen a couple times throughout the seasons. What are some of your theories? If you don't already, you can follow me on Twitter. My username is CandidCrandell. You can also follow me on Tumblr, username CandidCrandell. And you can follow me on Instagram, username, you guessed it, CandidCrandell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Tuesday with a Here's the Thing video, and I will see you next Thursday with another episode of Spoiler Alert. Bye.